Hi, my dear students. How are you all? Yes, I think you are fine. In this video, we are going to see History, Chapter 1 What, Where, How, and When. Before entering into the chapter, what is our history book name? 6th NCERT history book name. It was Our Pass 1. It is part 1. So, we are going to study about Chapter 1 now. Chapter 1 name What, Where, How, and When. Why it is named like questions? So every words what we have used here are like questions. What, where, how, and why, when. Yes, we can study about the reasons why they have allotted the topic for this chapter as the question names. Yes, if I am asking you about what you did yesterday the same time, yes, you may be remember. You may read newspapers, or you may listen to some musics, or you may written some homeworks. But if I ask you about previous week, or I am asking you about last year what you did, yes, somebody may remember that. You may remember what you did on last year. But if I am asking you about what you did before 100 years ago, what the people, your grandparents, they have did before 100 years the same did. Do anyone remember? No, we do not remember anything what we have did before 100 years ago, what your grandparents did, how they lived. We don't know about anything. So just we are going to find the answers for all the question. So only it is like a question name: what, where, when, and how. So what we can assign the questions like: what clothes did they wear? Where did they live? How did they travel from place to place? When did they start to drink tea? Like that we can ask many and many questions. If you are asking many questions, you will get many answers. That is history. If you are asking many questions, that what people eat, what about the life of hunters, hunters, farmers, rulers, merchants, craftsmen, scientists, everything what they have did, and children's what they have, which game they have played during ancient periods, and what stories they have heard, what plays they have sung, and what songs they have sang. So everything, for every question's answer, we are going to get the answers for all these questions from this book. From each and every chapter, we are going to get how the peoples live, where did they live, what did they did for their job, etc. Every answers we are going to get from this book. So only it is named as what, where, how, and when. Yes, most of the peoples, they started to live near the banks of rivers because they won't get water. They won't have any motors or pipes inside their home to get water. So they will fetch water from the river. So everyone will stay near the bank of rivers. And what they did for eating purpose, for everything, whether they go to any jobs like IT or anything, no, they will hunt the animals. Whatever the animals they have sown, they will hunt the animals and they will share among themselves and they will eat that animals. That is called as hunting. Hunt some animals. It is called as hunting. And they will also gather some fruits and medicinal plants, whatever it is, fruits, vegetables, and medicinal plants, honey, etc., from the places where they live. So they are also called as skilled gatherers. If, for example, I am saying I am going to leave you inside a forest. That forest is about 100 acre. Can you able to find where is the apple tree or orange tree immediately? We don't know where it has been placed. But in ancient time, people know where they will get the fruits, vegetables, particular climate, where in which season they will get the fruits and vegetables, everything, in which place they will get accurately, everything they know. So they are called as skilled gatherers. Gatherers means they will gather fruits, vegetables, medicinal plants, etc. in the places where they live. Hunters means hunting animals. Gatherers means gathering some food materials like fruits, vegetables, etc. And before 8,000 years ago, people started to grow the crops like wheat and barley. Where they have started to grow these crops? See, in India map, you can see here Sulaiman and Kittar hills. They have drawn here. So in that hills only, Sulaiman and Kittar hills only, first the people started to grow crops like wheat and barley. It is before 8,000 years, and the same place only they have started to rear animals. Like rearing means they are going to make some grow some animals like sheep, goat, cattle, etc. They started to rear some animals. So we will put some food for animals, and we will rear some animals. Even in nowadays in some homes we are rearing some animals like hen, right, then sheep, etc. So like that in Sulaiman and Kittar hills only they have started to rear the animals like sheep, goats and cattle first. And in northeast Vindhyas only they have started to grow rice first. In Sulaiman and Kittar hills they started to grow wheat and barley, and in Vindhyas they have started to grow rice first. Before 4,700 years ago, in Indus and tributaries, what does mean by tributaries? Means the small rivers which flow into a large river, that is called as tributaries. What does mean by tributaries? Tributaries are small rivers that flow into large river. So along this way in Indus and the tributaries, many cities have been started to establish before 4,700 years ago, and in Ganga, and before 2,500 years ago, many cities were also developed near this Ganga and their tributaries. Right, in ancient periods, the main kingdom known as Magadha, it was the first kingdom, large kingdom. It was set up along the river Ganga and its tributaries. You can see this in the map, Magadha. Actually, in ancient periods, people travel from one part of the subcontinent to another part. Actually, they want to cross many hills like and also many mountains like Himalayas, and they want to cross deserts, rivers. They won't have any car or any train, etc. No vehicles will be there. It is very tough to move from one place to another place. It is impossible to travel. It is very dangerous because they want to cross some forest. They may meet some animals, etc. So it is very dangerous to travel from one place to another place, right? And many people like teachers, merchants also, they want to move from place to place. Teachers will go from one village to another village to give some advice and instructions to the peoples, and merchants want to travel from one place to another place to sell their goods, etc. So everyone want to travel from place to place, and it is very dangerous to travel to them because in ancient times we won't have any vehicles or anything to move from one place to another place. So people felt it was dangerous, and they started to stay in a particular place for a long time. So they have started to put some hut in the particular place, and they have started to do some other works like stone carving, composing musics, and even cooking. They have started to cook something different, varieties of foods, everything. They have started to do this because if they are traveling from one place to another place, it will be more dangerous for them. So they have started to do some different works. Actually, for our country, we will use two words to refer that. One is India and another one is Bharat. Where did the word India comes from? Actually, it comes from the word Indus, called Sindhu in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, Sindhu, it is called as Indus. So, first the Iranians and Greek peoples, they came through northwest about 2,500 years ago. The Iranians and Greek peoples, they came through northwest, and they were familiar with this Indus. So they have give the name like Hindus or Hindus, and further it is the east of this Indus, it is called as India. They only give the name as give the name as India. And in Bharat, they used to refer the group of peoples lived in northwest. They are called as Bharat. And where did we get this name? It is mentioned in Rig Veda. In the earliest compositions of some Vedas, main 4 important type of Vedas are there. You will study in the further coming chapters. So in the Rig Veda, they have said about this group of peoples in northwest, they are referred to as Bharat. So now, where did the peoples get the information, how the past peoples live, what kind of food they ate, where we will get? Whether any peoples can live for more than 8,000 years or for 6,000 years? No, we want to read from something. Where we can get the sources? Sources means where we can get this. The basic, where we are getting this? Yes, from 2 things we can get the details, more and more details. One is manuscripts. What is meant by manuscripts? In Tamil it is called as Olaichuvadi or handwritten book. Nowadays, if you take a history book and see whether it is written in the hand or it is printed. Yes, it is in printed format. Not only history book, all the books are in printed format. But in ancient periods, they used to write the book in hand. They won't have any printing facilities. And they will prepare specially prepared this specially prepared manuscripts were made from palm leaves, panamaram. Okay, right? Palm leaves. These manuscripts are prepared from palm leaves and also from birch of the tree, marapattai. So they will also prepare this from birch of the tree. Mainly it is found in Himalayas. This type of trees are found in Himalayas. And what is meant by manu? Manu means hand. Whatever written in the hand, that is called as manu. And only one disadvantages of this manuscripts. What is that? Yes, if it is old books or if it is manuscripts, it can be easily eaten by insects. So it can be easily destroyed. But some of them are preserved in temples and monasteries and in museums. Like many places, some of the manuscripts are left, but some were destroyed. It have been eaten by insects and destroyed. So this is the main disadvantages of manuscripts. That is, it can be destroyed easily. And in manuscripts, what they have described about what the religion belief they have followed in ancient periods, and life about some kings, and what are the medicinal values that they have used for some particular diseases, and plays and poems, epics, many things. Actually, they have written everything in Sanskrit language. Most of the manuscripts were being written in Sanskrit, and few of them it have been written in Prakrit or in Tamil. Only very few manuscripts are written in Prakrit or in Tamil. Prakrit is a language that is used by ordinary peoples. And can you guess what is this? Yes, this is inscriptions. In Tamil it is called as Kalvittu. What is the advantages of the inscriptions than this manuscripts? Yes, these inscriptions are made in hard surface like stones or metals. So it cannot be destroyed easily. The insects cannot eat stones or metals. And also it can't be fired. So inscriptions, it cannot be destroyed easily. And what are they have mentioned in these inscriptions about the, what are the records they will mention here? If the king want to give some orders to the peoples, normal peoples, they will use this inscriptions, and peoples will come over there to the inscriptions and they will read what are the orders they want to obey and follow. And they also included some records like what are the victories of in the battle that king won, and everything, every importance about the king they have noticed in this inscriptions. And who are called as archaeologists? Yes, an archaeologist is a man who study about the things used and made in the past. They are called as archaeologist. The person who study about things that were made and used in past, they are called as archaeologist. Actually, archaeologist, what they do means they will excavate the ground. What does mean by excavate? Excavate means dig. Without digging, we cannot take anything out which have been used in the past. So they will excavate, that is dig the ground, and they will take many objects under the ground. See, they found many tools, weapons, pots, pans, ornaments, coins that had been used in the past. In ancient periods before 8,000 or 6,000 years ago, they will just dig the ground and they will take the materials what they have used in the past. And they also, archaeologists also looks for bones, animals, birds and fish. Bones of animals, birds and fish. Why they want to know about, they want to look for these bones? Because from that we can know what the people ate in the past. And people's remains survive for the rarely seeds and pieces of woods also found. So from that we can find how the people survive in the past ancient days. And who are called as historians or scholars? Study about past. Where they will get the sources? Yes, they will get the information from manuscripts, inscriptions, and also from archaeology department. They will get the sources, that is information from manuscripts, inscriptions, and from archaeology department. And already I said, what is the book name? Our Past, P-A-S-T-S. Why they have why they have used this plural form of yes? Past alone enough, no. Why they use that P-A-S-T-S? because we are not only going to study about king, a single person. We are going to study about herders, kings, queens, merchants, craftsmen, scientists, musicians, whomever lived in the past. We are going to study about more and more kinds of peoples. So only they have used the plural form, our past. See, the life of the peasants and farmers may differ from life of kings and queens. Right. Even nowadays, the life of people who are living in the Andaman Island, they will fish, they will use, they will get their food by fishing, hunting, collecting the forest products, even now today. But in cities, the people depend on others for food supply. They won't grow any crops or anything, just they will buy from the market. So even now, there is a difference between the peoples who live in different places. Like that, in ancient periods also, there is some difference between the peoples who lived in past. That is, farmers have different type of lives, and queens and kings, they have different types of lives. Priests, they have different types of lives. So we are going to study about each and every kinds of peoples. So only it is referred to as plural form of past. And actually the kings, queens, whomever they have lived, they have a record format like inscriptions, manuscripts, or their autobiography, anything. But we cannot able to collect some instructions about tribal peoples, farmers, because they are poor peoples. They don't know how to write in ancient days. So they may not write how they have lived. So it is very tough and challenging job for the archaeologists to find about this farmers and tribals life peoples, even though they found out many things. And what does mean by BC and AD? Yes, BC means before Christ and AD means Anno Domini. So if somebody asks you about the date, probably mention the day, month and year, 2000 and something. These years are counted from the date generally assigned to the birth of Jesus Christ. Actually before the birth of Christ and after the birth of Christ. Right, all the dates before the birth of Christ, they are mentioned as BC, backwards, before Christ. Yes dears, chapter 1, what, where, how and when, it was over. We gone through about what is meant by manuscripts, inscriptions, archaeologists, why our book name is referred to as plural past, and how the people started to grow crops and how they started to settle down in places. These are the things we gone through in chapter 1. We shall continue in chapter 2 in the next video. Thank you dears.